Hello, and welcome to another episode of Them Deeper Bones. I'm Petri, I'm the writer of the game, and I will be your guide today as we move into the 6th episode of the Old Bear House adventure. Joining me, as always, is Annina.
Hi, I'm Annina Kaski, an actor and writer and TTRPG player. You can catch me on here and on Body Quest, the D&D 5e actual play show on YouTube and all podcast platforms, so check that out. And yeah, I have a cold, so this is the voice you're getting today. And I hope we survive this one.
Yeah. And Ando.
I'm Andreas Johansson. TTRPGs are on the hobby side for me, but in the past I've done stuff on for Roll20. That's me, the short one.
Yeah, and the last we met our heroes, they had just entered a hallway where they saw two inquisitors in training. And before any diplomacy could have been attempted, Yori crossed forward and cast elemental burst, basically burning hands, flames out from his palms and fried one of the inquisitors. And we left off on the first round of combat. And as usual, the order of things in combat is that I explain what my characters do, then the players choose and describe what their characters do, and then we roll initiative and see in what order this all happens. The Inquisitor in the hallway is going to rush forward and stab Yorick in the chest with a blade because they just cast magic. The Inquisitor that is inside the room that you are looking at will move deeper into the room and try to stab the person there. The person there will try to defend herself. The bear that is behind you will move forward. So, what do you want to do? And as always, since this is the first round of combat, Dagmar, who is an expert, will be acting first, no matter what.
Bear or Inquisitor? That is the question. How close is the bear?
The bear, if you stand still, the bear will catch up on you. But even if you move even a bit, they won't be able to get to you. So basically, this round they will be at the door. They're moving quite slowly.
I'm going to move past Yorick and spear this Inquisitor that's attacking him.
Okay, that sounds like a smart idea.
Something there, as in we need to get into the room where the other Inquisitor is the bear's coming.
Yeah. What does Yorick want to do?
I realized that this is again a situation where now I can't realistically use magic because it gets too close. Even if I try to take the wand and do the Talvivuo and try to activate it, could kind of be bad.
Maybe.
So
depends on what it does.
Yeah. Depends on what it does, but I have a strong suspicion it does sphere of annihilation or something in that way. So Mm. Wait, actually, could it be a good idea to try to pull intimidation, or not intimidation? Take the wand and cast the magic. Like, what's the? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's the hallway. So we are like just up there, and the one who was burned to a crisp was like all the way to the south.
You're coming from the south, and Inquisitors are up north, going through the western north door.
Yeah, northwestern door, right?
Yeah. Dagmar will probably survive burning hands if you fry her.
Probably.
Yeah. She's an expert. She has very good reflex saving throws, so it's likely that she survives.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, in this situation, I have to try to burning hands again on the one.
Yeah. You can always move in a way where like it's unlikely that Dagmar will be caught in it.
So I try like right. So Dagmar moved past me. Like I think like if I move like diagonally, so it's like Dagmar isn't in the line of as much as in the line of fire.
Yeah,
that's how I try to.
Wonderful.
Try to do it.
Let's roll some initiatives for everyone.
Was it reflexes?
Reflex, yeah.
Oh, 19.
Ooh,
for once, I rolled well.
Oh, well, I did not roll well.
Well, you're acting first.
No. I go first.
You go first always.
Good. I go first anyway.
Yeah, for first round, you always go first because you're an expert.
Okay, so I'm going to go past.
Yep, and
you're at the stab. Spear, stab.
Yeah, let's go with stab first and see if there is a need for expert maneuvers. But
oh yeah, if the guy like
so physique roll.
Shut up. What do I for attack? D20 and a 4.
Yeah.
D20 and a D4. Yeah. That is 12.
12 hits.
Yes.
Like right through these are Inquisitors in training, so they have leather armor. That hits. Roll for damage. Let's see if it's enough to drop that.
1d6 is
1d6, yeah. And I'm rolling a d8 for them.
Oh, that's a 5.
That's a 5. I rolled a 4, so that brings them down. So far, you've been very good with these attacks. You've been dropping. Well, you both been dropping things. So the Inquisitor goes down. The Inquisitor would have been next. So next is Yorick. You move forward, but there is no one to burn there. So that's your turn. You basically get next to Dagmar. And since you didn't get to do anything this round, you act first on the next round. So
this is a good one.
So you get the benefit
because it didn't force me to do magic.
Yeah,
considering it wasn't strictly necessary.
Yeah, there was nothing to use it against. Then there is some Yorick, you hear distinct spell casting words coming from inside. You don't really understand which spell because you don't know this particular one. And then there is a sound of a sword being swung, and quick, it maybe hits something. And then the bear moves forward. Slowly, it's now at the door. Next round, again, I'll declare my actions. The person inside the room who is not an Inquisitor is going to use offensive magic against the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor is going to try and stab the person inside again. The bear is moving real fast and will be at the door of the room by the end of this round. If anyone is standing in its way, it's going to attack. It has an ability that lets it boost its speed every now and then. So it's doing that now. It's moving at an incredible speed. So it's going to run down the corridor, and if someone is there, it's going to attack. If no one is there, it's not going to attack. It's just going to run through the corridor towards the door where the Inquisitor and the other person are. So what do you want to do this round? And as said, Yorick will be acting first since you didn't get to perform an action last round.
Yeah. I'll move into the other room and attempt to perform elemental burst on the
Inquisitor.
On the Inquisitor.
Yeah. And Dagmar. What do you want to do?
I want to go into the same room because we need to get away from the bear.
Yeah. Okay, let's roll initiative.
I have my spear, so if anyone is in my way, they're getting a spear.
Yeah. So if someone is there, you'll spear them.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's roll initiative.
18.
Yeah, Yorick is going first, so you didn't have to.
Way.
But yeah.
Yep.
14.
Good. He rolled higher than a 9, which is the bear's initiative. That's the critical one here. Yorick, you move in first. This is a bedroom. This is basically the master bedroom. There is a nice double bed in the middle of it. On the bed, there is this gaunt-looking woman that you saw in the portrait below.
The one with sturdy hands. Gauntly.
Sunken in eyes and looking a bit dark. And she is holding her hands in front of her, and there is this shimmering shield of magic that is currently holding back the Inquisitor's sword as she did defensive magic last round. The Inquisitor is on top of her on the bed, hacking at her with sword held in two hands at the moment, just hacking away. There's other stuff in the room, but you don't really pay attention to it at the moment as this is combat. You said you wanted to cast Elemental Burst, so let's roll a D20.
D20, let's see. Moment of truth. 19.
19.
Damn. Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
up to 3 targets.
Yep,
doesn't mean that I can choose
you
to
can,
only
you can
one.
choose to have it
Yes.
target only the one the
Perfect.
Inquisitor. Like if you got like if you had rolled a 20, you wouldn't get the choice. It's just like boom. But now
was really
it's very controlled, very beautiful. So they have to make a reflex saving throw against that 19 of yours. No, they don't succeed. So roll 2d4 and let me know the scores of the rolls individually.
4 and 4 and 4.
4 and
My
4.
God.
Unfortunately, he rolls a 5, which means that he doesn't die from that. He does get 2 d4s as damage die. So basically now anytime he gets damaged, 2d4 is added to that. But he's singed, but he's not dead. He's very, very hurt. Next is the woman, and she casts, like, intones some words of power, and one sphere of magical energy forms around her head. That is her action. Then it's Dagmar. You rush in, you see the Inquisitor, they're in range. So you can stab them with the spear.
I will do exactly that.
Let's go.
Okay.
Very
Attack
singed
roll.
Inquisitor. Attack roll, yeah. So physique, basically, so d20 plus d4.
That's a 3.
Did you roll?
I did not do that one.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it's two on the d20 and 1 on the d4.
Yeah.
That's a 3.
You stumble into the room, and probably because the Inquisitor is standing on the bed, it's like you don't get a good hit there. Also, the bed is now on fire because of the elemental burst. So there's like this.
They have the high ground and the floor is lava, essentially.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the bed is on fire. That's very important. Then it's the Inquisitor's turn, and no, he rolls a 2 as well. So tries to hack at the person on the bed, and misses. You hear a rumbling sound as the bear charges through the corridor behind you and is now at the door, and seems to slow down a bit after the burst of speed. Next round. Right, everyone has acted. The bear is coming in and is going after the Inquisitor, but if anyone is standing in the way, which you both are at the moment, it will attack you. It's not really a mindful creature. So it's going to do that. The Inquisitor is going to get out of the bed and try to roll, do a little roll on the floor so that they are not on fire anymore, because the bed is on fire and so is the Inquisitor. The wizard on the bed is doing the same, just rolling out of the bed and trying to get rid of. No, actually, she is a bit more angry sort, so she is going to get out of the bed and then fire the energy ball that is circling her at the Inquisitor. So, initiatives, and now everyone rolls normally.
That's just straight d20 for initiative,
reflex,
right?
so I think it's d20 plus d4.
Yeah.
And
I rolled 9.
Sorry, I forgot. What are you doing? I messed things up. You need to declare first what you do, then we roll.
Yeah, I was going to get into like a corner of the room, like to not be in the
way of the bear,
between the bear and that. And if like someone isn't like literally in a melee scuffle with the Inquisitor, I will probably attempt at elemental burst again.
Yep.
This one blast them with what's water or ice as a
you only know one, so it's like you.
So I'm essentially I have fire and
that's it. If you find some other spell book with the water version, you can learn it, but you know one version.
Right. So it was. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So you go in the corner and elemental burst. It's like no one's in the way. Okay, and
like if we have like, I guess like saying a few words is part of this initiative order as well. So like as part of that, I would like shout to Maud that we're trying to help.
Yeah.
Or like.
Yeah, and Dagmar.
Also, we'll try and go into a corner.
Avoid the bear.
Hopefully the opposite corner, but I would like to be in crossbow range with the Inquisitor.
Yeah, easy. This is quite
out of the bear's way, but I want an eye on the Inquisitor so I can pew him.
Yeah, you drop the spear and load the crossbow and what here. Okay, now let's roll initiative, and now that we know what we're doing, let's do it again. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm happy about the reroll.
Yeah, and you want to get higher than an 8. That's the bear's result again.
That's the bare minimum.
That's exactly.
14.
He's been waiting for that. I got 10.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Just above.
Yeah. The Inquisitor acts first and jumps out of the bed and rolls over just to get the flames out from him so he doesn't take damage. Then it's the wizard's turn. They jump out of bed and they don't get rid of the flames, so they take damage. Oh dear. Good roll. They don't die. And then they fire the magical energy bolt out, and it doesn't require to hit roll, so it just hits. And let's see. The Inquisitor is a tough SOB, so to say. I rolled maximum for the grit die, so no, it's not going to kill the Inquisitor. Now it has 1d6 and 2d4 added to every damage roll, so it's pretty likely to go down, but not necessarily. It is always an option. Then it was Yorick. You get to do the elemental burst again.
Yeah. So from the corner of the room, I. Like he managed. Is he still rolling on the floor?
He's rolling on the floor.
Like standing on, right. Yeah. So then it's like fire. Just continue blasting with fire where he's like rolling around. It's like he rolls away and then it's like more fire on the both side and he rolls back and forth in the flame or something like that. So straight I shouldn't have described it before the
let's see. That's at least what you want to do.
10. 10. That's not.
It spirals out of control. If you want, you can use the boost die to add a d4. That makes it more controlled. If you manage to hit a 2,
and that would be again. If I use the boost die, I would reduce my physical stats.
Yeah, one of them by the result of the.
Yeah.
And-
Was that damage permanent or
No,
current?
current, just like it's just damage.
Just current, not
Yep.
permanent. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's.
Yep, permanent is
That's still
only when
within-
you die, or if your if your ability scores
Okay.
go down so much that you can't take any current damage.
Then I'll do a boost die.
Yeah, so roll a d4 and get 2 or higher.
4.
4. So that brings it to up to 2 targets are hit by the lashing elemental energy shooting out of the caster hand and suffer a damage roll. So they have to roll a reflex save of, what do you say? You got 10 and a 4, so 14. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and that's a 12 on their die, so they fail. So roll 4d4 plus d6 and give me the highest number out of those. Basically, in this case, since they only have 1 grit die.
Could you repeat that?
4.
How many d6s?
4d4 and 1d6. They can quite the beating at this point.
Okay, right. Well, I'll roll the d6 first. That's a 5.
Yeah, so that's going. Yeah, that's going to be the highest, and that's that's enough. I rolled a 2, so they go down. Moas, the wizard, after you said you've come to help and eliminated the Inquisitor, says something in a language you don't understand, but the bear stops moving and assumes a very neutral position. And then
Out my water skin and throw it at the wizard.
yeah,
If they are still on
they're
fire,
still on
right?
fire, and they fall down unconscious, but not dying, just like from exhaustion. It's quiet, but in a normal way. The birds are singing outside, the wind is blowing, the house is creaking, the bear is not moving. You are in the master bedroom. The bed is slowly, like the fire has died out. It was very explosive fire because of the bedcloths, but after that, like the structures didn't catch on fire, so it dies down. In the room, there is like what you would expect a high income house to have in its master bedroom, basically closets for clothes, a very beautiful big mirror. There's 2 paintings. One is of the 2 women you've seen, painted in a very psychedelic way, using lots of like greens and purples and like looks like someone has been painting with maybe their third eye open or something, but it's a beautiful picture. And there is a similar picture of 2 young children who sort of resemble the 2, but like you haven't seen them. You don't know. So what do you want to do?
I'd rush forward to try to perform first aid on the unconscious wizard. Although now I did use, like, how much of the unspecified amount of like bandages and things did I put? Like I pushed the one that I had in my hand in the wizard, so that was left there.
Yeah, I think you used like maybe half of it, but it's like you really quickly understood that no matter what you did, it's not going to help. So you didn't waste your herbs on that. She is like, she isn't really in critical condition. she has some old wounds and like she looks more feverish than like that she has now succumbed to the combat damage. Like she has some old effects on her that have taken the toll, and she's just sleeping. In her on her neck there is this bear symbol that you feel is really magical. Like you don't even have to roll detect magic. You've sensed the stony effect here, and this is the focal point for that. So like you know this magic already. But yeah, you
when I performed it, would I, like, if I had some herbs like that could be used like to wake someone up, would I have had seen it as a bad idea, or like would I do the determination that it's better to let her rest than to wake her up?
The doctor side of you thinks that she should sleep since she is feverish, but then again, it wouldn't be like the worst thing ever to wake her up. So it's up to you.
Let's wake her up. Yeah, smelling salts or whatever.
Yeah,
something small I have there.
She inhales the salt, and her sunken in eyes go wide, and like she looks around and asks, says something, and then Dagmars. You know that the other woman's name was Dagmars, basically same name as Dagmar, but a house owner. Yeah, a house owner, so an S at the end. But she asked for Dagmars.
I'm sorry.
She screams like bloody murder, the sort of enraged, futile scream of loss, and the bear responds and just like hits a wall or two behind you, just like trashes around. Doesn't attack you, just she's venting through the bear. When she calms down, the next thing she asks the kids.
We've not seen them.
They may have gotten away.
We are. You probably know that you've activated some kind of stillness spell here.
Yeah,
a lot more time have passed than you thought. We are here on behalf of your descendants of Karhu, to reclaim this place that they've heard of and known of.
She looks confused. Like you see that something is like calculating the 1 + 1 together, but she's not really understanding. Where's the kids? What? Galfin?
Was Aeon? None of them were named Aeon.
No.
Would Aeon be a name that any in your family would take on afterwards?
Probably,
because I
yes.
have a feeling
It's
Aeon Karhu is likely your grandson, possibly.
She looks around and like
great-grandson, possibly.
Or and she tries to form that one question. Is there anyone else left?
We
Not.
we haven't checked all the rooms.
Yeah, that's true. But there are many that have perished here. There is a house outside that's burned down. I think the servant's quarter or something.
She cries. She weeps, like tears flow out of those dark eyes, and she is devastated and angry, and the bear isn't making a sound, but you can feel how it is creaking just from the sheer anger that Moaz is experiencing. That the cursed sun god and its servants.
Why did they attack you?
She
They
assesses
are at
you.
least all of them dead.
We were, and she looks a bit like she's trying to assess you. Are you decent enough people to talk to? And like looks at the dead inquisitor there, or maybe a dead crusader. Now that the context is like, is it an inquisitor?
Mm-hmm.
We were selling arms, weapons to the Aeons, the Northerners, and they found out. They came here, and Dagmar said that she could negotiate. She was the businesswoman always. She said that surely they'll listen to reason, and then the killing started.
In the decades since this event started going on, things have declined in quite a way. Like this location is out in the woods, far away from outside the realm of protected civilization, so to say.
She looks confused. These words don't mean anything to her. She comes from a time before the end of the world, before the Holy Confederation saved everyone inside the protective order. Does the sun god still live? The sun god
I
is
guess yes.
Yeah, it's the only god.
By looking at the religion, no, that's not how he would phrase it. I guess like looking at the faith, it's the one and only in the official ways.
Her expression darkens even further if possible.
But you know what? Your Aeon Karhu, the first thing I saw when I saw Dagmar was that I realized he did really. Was Dagmar or was it
Dagmar's?
Dagmar's that was that resembled Aeon, really resembled Aeon, or Dagmar's really resembled Aeon. That was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw her.
The first time in this whole conversation, you see a small smile rise on Moas's lips as she hears that, and she looks tired. Thank you. Do you have any sort of healing magics with you?
Darts. I'm not proficient in that, unfortunately. I'm able to perform mending of non-living things.
Can you go downstairs to the children's room and in the bear mural, press one of the eyes. There's a secret door there. There should be some healing crystals there. Can you bring me one?
I'll go get that.
You tiptoe downstairs, avoid the creaking board on the staircase, and move to the infirmary that had the bear murals that you remember. And looking at one of them, there is indeed a small button inside one of the eyes that were sunk in that seemed to follow you around. And you press it and you hear a click, and a small cupboard opens filled with children's toys, but also on the top shelf there are crystals, red and blue, two of both.
Okay.
As she's picking them up, Jorik continues that when we first came here, we didn't see any sign of life. So downstairs, we were essentially looking at what was a many decades old building untouched by time. So in that sense, we essentially were tasked to came here for the shield and take anything that was worthwhile, under completely unaware that you were still around.
Yeah. Understandable. I never guessed my spell would last more than maybe a year.
But in times of crisis, the heightening probably was just out of this world.
Yeah, and also, like, if no one knew to come here, then what would end it? You come back with the crystals.
Mm-hmm.
She.
I think Dagmar would at least want to keep one of them, but she's probably at least gonna hand one over. But kind of.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I was clear that there's two red and two blue. So like you can easily pocket like one of each and present the two.
Well, I already have one blue vial.
Yep.
So I think she'd pocket one of the like key ones and offer the other three.
And you do it out of sight from Jorvik, so he hasn't any idea. Of course.
Like, she'll do it in the kids' room. She's
bliss.
Keeping that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an old bandit. And like, of course she's gonna go, yoink, okay, I found these three. Yeah. One's in her pocket.
Yeah, she takes the one of the red ones and breaks it in half. It's one of those like yay long crystals with a clear breaking point in the middle, and she breaks it in her hand, and you see as the burn marks on her just get covered with this light magic. It shimmers for a while and the wounds are gone.
Oh, that's what they were for. There were a couple of broken ones down in one of the rooms.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There, you can keep those blue ones. They let you take a look at anything you want. You just break it and focus on someone or something, and you'll see it. I don't need them right now. I can make more. And there is this slight manic tone to her voice, like I can do more. And she looks at the bear. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for saving the house.
You should thank your great grandson, your descendant.
Don't tell him of me yet. I'll contact him once I get my bearings here.
Can we give him this? And I've got the shield.
Yes. Let him continue. Let him continue our family. What does he do for a living?
Not much. He doesn't.
A trader of sorts, I think.
Well,
no,
but he does not. He wants to be a house owner.
Yeah,
he is not.
That's good. That's good. Trade and house owning, that's the family business. That's the family business. Did you happen to find Dagmar's?
Yes, Dagmar's in her last words told us to get you safe.
She smiles again.
Like if we hadn't tried to help Dagmar, we wouldn't have come to you. We would have run away from the bear and all the other things, but we understood that the situation wasn't over at all.
Where is she? Can you take me to her? And she slowly rises from.
Are you sure you want to? I mean, she got wounded and
graphically wounded.
If I'm going to kill everyone who is responsible for this, I need to see her.
All right. We'll take you. And he holds his hand.
Moss is probably in her 30s, but she's very frail and like looks a bit older, just because there is this like darkness or emptiness to her, and like physical emptiness, physical darkness to her presence, and she follows you, and she's Dagmar's and turns to you and you. Thank you. Can you please leave?
I'm sorry, we couldn't.
And can you please leave? I need a moment with my wife.
Yes, of course.
Dagmar would just leave the room at that point. Like, okay, fine. It's awkward anyway.
Yeah. She moves in. What do you want to do? Do you want to hang around, wait, or leave?
At that point, we unfortunately ran into some technical difficulties and lost the audio for the rest of the recording. Pretty much the adventure was over at that point. The characters looked around a bit, discovering the parts of the house they hadn't already, made a few minor discoveries afterwards, and then left back home to civilization, to the eternally grateful Aeon Garl. I think it's a shame we didn't see the debrief, but this is what happens with technology sometimes. However, I'd love to thank both Annina and Andu for the great game, and all of you viewers for watching this live play of Them Deeper Bones with us. We will be doing more actual plays on this channel, so if you would like to be notified when that happens, you can click the subscribe button below. But in the meanwhile, I thank you very much for watching and hope to see you soon.